Hola, chicos. Hey, we are here to talk about AR verb conjugations. What are AR verbs? Any verb that in the infinitive ends with an AR. Whoa, what do you mean, infinitive? Well, a verb that has not been conjugated. It's what we call an infinitive. Whoa, give me some examples. Here we go. To study, estudiar. To talk, hablar. To dance, bailar. Okay, so what do these verbs have in common? Look at the English. To study, to talk, to dance. In English, any verb that has not been conjugated, in other words, that is an infinitive verb, has that to in front of it. In Spanish, you will recognize it because it will have that R at the end. And in this case, it's an AR ending. That's what we call an AR verb. Okay, so what's going on? Oh, it looks like we're being invited to a wedding. Yes, to a wedding for the AR verbs. So what happens in a wedding with that girl's last name or her ending? Yes, because conjugations of verbs equals marriage of verbs. Huh? What's happening here? The verbs are the girl, and the subject is the husband. So whoa, okay, so the girls are the verbs and the subjects are the husbands. And there's an ending. What's going on here? All right, so let's look at the verb hablar, to speak. And let's look at the verb estudiar, to study. And bailar, to dance. So when the girl gets married, oops, she loses her last name. It goes away. And she takes on the last name of the subject, of the husband. Okay, so what is the last name? For an AR verb, it would be the AR. So when we're conjugating AR verbs, the endings will disappear and they will take the ending or the last name of the subject, the husband. Let's take a so what happened to the ending? Let's take a quick look at this. Aha. Let's practice with the verb hablar. Who will the husband, meaning the subject, be for the verb hablar? So the subjects were going to be the pronouns. And for each pronoun, they each have a last name. Okay, so here we go. Let's take a look. In this case, the pronouns are I, you, he, she. In Spanish, yo, tú, usted, él, ella. Aha, so each of these pronouns have a last name. So for yo, the last name would be o. For tú, the last name would be as. For usted, the last name would be a. Él is a, ella is a. Notice we get 3 for 1. And then we have the plural pronouns. Nosotros or nosotras, depending if it's a group of girls or a group of boys. We. The last name for we is amos. Ustedes, which means you all. This is like when a teacher is talking to you all, right? Ustedes, talking to a group. The last name would be an. Ellos. Ellos means they, meaning a group of boys. You're talking about a group of boys, or you're talking about a group of boys and girls. Oops. The last name would be an. And ellas, when we're talking about ellas, it would be a group of girls, only girls. An. Okay, so let's put this to action. Here's your subject, yo, that would be the husband. Okay, here comes the verb hablar, which is getting married. That means he's lost his last name. And since the husband was yo, we look at the ending of the last name for the yo. It's an O. Yo hablo, which means I speak. Oh, that's pretty cool. Let's do it again. Oh, different husband this time. Él. Él, which means he. And then here comes the verb who is getting married, therefore changing the last name. What last name will it take? Let's see. Él. So the last name would be a. Él habla, which means he speaks. You noticing? So in your sentence, you will have a subject, you will have a verb, and then that verb will lose its last name to take the last name of the subject. Let's give it one more try. Ellos, that would be our new subject or husband. The verb is de hablar, but now the verb is going to take again the last name of the husband. And in this case, ellos, the last name is an. Hablan, they speak. I have a little song that maybe it will help you remember these last names. And it goes, O, as, a, amos, an. Like it? Let's do it again. O, as, a, amos, an. Pretty neat, huh? Okay, let's put this to practice. It is your turn. I now pronounce you husband and wife. You are going to be the judge. So go ahead and fill in the verb blanks with the appropriate last names. Haha. Okay, so I've given you the chart with the English translation to the pronouns. I've also given you a reminder of what the endings for each pronoun is. Now, what I want you to do is to fill in the blank spaces, making sure that you're putting in the last name for the correct verb. So in this case, estudi, and then O, because my pronoun was yo, so this is my last ending, estudio. Now it is your turn to fill this in. I'll give you a few minutes to get this completed. You can pause it and then let's look at the end result. This is what your answer sheet should look like. Did you get it right? I'm sure you did. So this is it. This is how you conjugate AR verbs. Any questions? I hope not. If you do, can you watch the video again? It was pretty cool, wasn't it?